We move on to the next portion of our 3-week preseason schedule. We play at Clemson this week, and I'm sure I can give you a scout report on Clemson, but there's people out in this audience. I see Jimmy Brunson and some other guys out there who know a heck of a lot more about Clemson than I do, and it's really kind of obvious that these guys, hadn't played quite up to their potential, and it scares you a little bit because, the last thing you want is for that crowd, as good as they can be, to come out with the extra, sense of urgency that I think they'll probably have in a game such as ours. So we're gonna have our work cut out for us. Deshaun Watson's, I think maybe. On film as tough as any quarterback I've seen. The one thing that people don't realize about this guy is how hard-nosed he is. You see instances after instances of him dropping his hat and running either through or over around people trying to make extra yards that way. Lots of times he slides because quarterbacks are taught to slide. You're not supposed to actually get yourself, in harm's way and that kind of stuff. But if they need another yard, then this guy will go and get it for them, and then they got the Gallman guy that I really think probably, will get the ball a bunch against us because part of that deal is I don't think they run the ball quite as much as they probably made it all up. And, I don't want to give them any thoughts about trying to, maybe really try to run the ball against our little young defensive front. But, if they really decide that they want to try to clean their act up a little bit, then I think it might be something that they might think about to start with with a little different style of run versus pass mix. Wide receivers, they got all kinds of crazy kinds of ability outside. Octavius Scott guy, Ray McLeod plays behind Octavius Scott. I don't know which one of those guys is best. Coastal, now after Ray pulled a little deal with the punt return, I don't know how many of you saw that. He was the guy that ran down and dropped the ball. And I've seen these guys do this on so many instances. I cannot figure out what is it about them that makes them want to drop that football that close to the goal line. Why they want to run another couple yards? And then, if you want to hoop it over your shoulder, throw it on the ground, or whatever the heck you want to do, then go ahead and do it. But now, why not make sure you score first? But now, he did that deal in that game Saturday, and it was a close game. And it ended up costing him a score because of the fact that he wasn't quite across the goal line yet. But the little Renfro kid from over Myrtle Beach, was a heck of a football player. And then, of course, we all know Mike Williams. It'll be fun to see Mike. We got a guy, Alex Brown, who plays corner for us, and Alex has just been kind of a pretty good player. I think he's a junior, and we thought that he was going to be a real good player, and he just kind of, is right there on the edge, but he hadn't quite gotten there, and he played really good Saturday on defense. As a matter of fact, he was the one guy that stood out for us on defense. So I told Alex, I said, look, like you're getting ready to match up with Mike Williams next week. I said, you're going to actually have a chance to get out there and play a good bit against this guy. I'm excited to see you developing at about the same time that we get this kind of matchup kind of situation happening. So, but now they got all those guys.